Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I am going to teach you how to pass an NHS Band 8 interview. So if you are applying for either a Band 8A position or a Band 8B position within the National Health Service, please make sure you stay tuned. Watch the presentation from start to finish because it will make a significant difference to your preparation and your performance at the interview. And to achieve that goal, this is what I will cover. I'm going to give you a list of NHS Band 8A and 8B interview questions that I strongly advise you prepare for. I will give you strong, unique answers to difficult Band 8 interview questions. I will give you some tips on how you can be the standout candidate. And I will also tell you about further resources you can get access to, including these slides to help you succeed. So there's 4 reasons why you should stay tuned. And just very quickly, before we get started, a very warm welcome to this NHS Band 8 interview training tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn. That is me there in the centre of the screen. I've been helping people for over 20 years now to pass their interviews. I am a former fire officer myself, and I always help you by creating top scoring unique answers you can't find anywhere else. On that basis, please make sure you subscribe. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I've put my LinkedIn link in the description below the video. And please do give the video a like because that tells me you enjoy the content. Thank you very much. So the first question is, tell me about yourself. Now, it's very important we get off to a positive start with our answer to this first Band 8 interview question. In your answer, talk about the skills, the qualities and the experience you have that will enable you to meet the essential criteria in this role. So here's my suggested answer to this first NHS Band 8 interview question. Tell me about yourself. There comes a huge amount of responsibility with this Band 8 position, and over the years I feel I have gained sufficient expertise, knowledge and interpersonal and management skills to excel within the role. I have vast experience in treatment and care, clinical practice, management and leadership, auditing, training and staff development. I can work autonomously, manage a large caseload of patients whilst delivering outstanding care and treatment, and I will always ensure my area of specialism continually improves and develops whilst acting as a positive role model for this NHS trust. If you employ me in the position, I will demonstrate exceptional leadership and knowledge, provide outstanding standards of care and patient treatment, whilst upholding the important values that are determined by the National Health Service. So that's a very strong answer that sets you up with confidence for the remainder of your Band 8 interview. Now, you can either pause the video if you want to and take a note of the questions and answers as we work through them together, or if you want to wait, I will tell you where you can download my full set of NHS Band 8 interview questions and answers in a second. The next question: why do you want to work for the National Health Service? Now, the NHS is a challenging place to work, but it is also one of the greatest organisations we have. So on that basis, be sure to give valid and genuine reasons why you want to work for the NHS in this Band 8 position. Here's my suggested answer. Why do you want to work for the NHS? The NHS is challenging, and I mean that from a positive perspective. To work for an organisation that must continually change, adapt, respond to external pressures whilst at the same time motivating and developing its staff would be an absolute honour and privilege. Each year the NHS deals with an increase in patient numbers. It constantly provides exceptional service and patient care, and it is always developing, innovating and improving. I want to work for the NHS because my own personal and professional values are aligned with those the NHS has developed. The expertise and knowledge I have built up over the years would be most suited to an organisation of this size, this complexity, and where a high level of responsibility and accountability is needed. That's a brilliant answer to that common Band 8 interview question: why do you want to work for the NHS? Now, don't go anywhere because I still have more questions and answers to work through with you. But when you're ready, if you want to click that link in the top right hand corner of the video, it takes you through to my website, passmyinterview.com, where you can download my full set of Band 8A and Band 8B interview questions and top scoring answers, including the ones we are working through together today. But here's the next question: what type of leader are you, and how would you demonstrate effective leadership in this NHS Band 8 position? So in all NHS Band 8 positions, you must show effective leadership and management skills in addition to being able to carry out your normal day-to-day duties. So here's a strong answer to assist you. I am a transformational and standards-driven leader who expects nothing but high standards, passion and a commitment to the delivery of exceptional patient care. Whilst in the role, I will always act as a positive role model. I will promote collaboration and team working. I will liaise and cooperate with other departments to ensure we all continually improve. I will use effective communication and interpersonal skills to build strong relationships. I will provide support, advice and guidance for my staff and encourage them to embrace change and professional development positively. I will lead and participate in projects, quality initiatives and auditing and accreditation processes, and I will always ensure all NHS Trust policies, procedures and values are adhered to at all times while striving to meet the organisation's objectives and goals. So you are starting off with that answer by explaining what type of leader you are, which is transformational and standards driven, and then you are going into more detail about how you will demonstrate effective leadership within this Band 8 position. A great answer. The next question, give an example of when something didn't go your way. What did you do and how did you overcome this? What did you learn from the situation? So as you and I know, to work in any Band 8 position is quite challenging and you'll have to deal with difficult situations on a regular basis. So within the NHS, things aren't always going to go your way. But how you react to the situation is really important. And this question assesses your ability to put the organisation first above your own needs. Here's my suggested answer. In a previous NHS role, I had built up an excellent team within my department, and the level of patient care, the treatment and the service we provided was, in my opinion, outstanding. This was achieved by setting high standards, ensuring all staff had the necessary training and support needed to carry out their duties, and the constant insistence from me that everyone within the team demonstrated the NHS values in their daily work. I was really proud of what we had achieved in a relatively short space of time. However, soon after, I was informed by the senior management team that 3 members of my team were being transferred to another department within the organisation as their skills and expertise were needed at that particular time. They were going to be replaced with 3 junior members of staff who had little experience within our field of work. Now, whilst I was understandably disappointed, I knew the needs of the NHS Trust must always come first. And I needed to start again with new members of staff, train them up to speed and get them working exactly how I wanted. 6 months later, we had another high-performing team and I learned a lot from that situation. Within the NHS, you must constantly adapt. You must change. You have to respond to challenges with positivity and you have to support other departments when they require help or assistance. So that shows that you can deal with difficult situations. Things won't always go your way, but you are positive, you understand that the organisation's needs must come first and you can adapt to change well, which is really important. The next question, how would you demonstrate the NHS values in this Band 8 position? Now, the 6 core values, as you and I know, are the foundation of all NHS trusts. And on that basis, we need to be aware of them and how they fit into our work within the Band 8 position that we are applying for. So here's my suggested answer. The 6 NHS values are working together for patients, respect and dignity, commitment to quality of care, compassion, improving lives, and everyone counts. Now, we all have a duty in the NHS to demonstrate them, believe in them and promote them. To ensure I achieve that in this Band 8 position, I will work with my team to help them improve and develop. I will work with other departments to ensure the work we do collaboratively is focused on the NHS values. I will treat everyone, patients, clients, co-workers and stakeholders with total respect at all times. And I will respect others' views, beliefs, opinions and their needs throughout my daily work. I will always show a commitment to quality of care by ensuring both I and the members of my team abide by the rules and procedures set by the NHS Trust. I will make sure patient treatment is never rushed, standards are maintained, and I will ensure we all follow the code of conduct in respect of confidentiality. Finally, I will be kind, considerate and compassionate when dealing with everyone. I will work as part of groups on projects that help improve people's lives, and I will treat everyone with the same level of compassion, commitment and dedication regardless of their situation or their background. Now, what I like about that answer, you are telling the interviewer what the 6 NHS values are, and you are then explaining how you will demonstrate all of them within your daily work. So that gives you a good strategic level of thinking and how you will approach tasks within your NHS Band 8 position. And that allows you to be a standout candidate, because I can pretty much guarantee the other candidates will not give that level of response. So it's a very solid and positive answer. So the next thing to do is please do click that link in the top right hand corner of the video. Go through to my website, passmyinterview.com. You can take a look at my 25 Band 8 interview questions, and you have the option to download the answers as well. I've also put some really important tips on that page for all Band 8A and Band 8B positions within the NHS. So make sure you check that out. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Please connect with me on LinkedIn and do give the video a like, because that motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best for passing your NHS Band 8 job interview. Have a brilliant day. Thank you.